Hi, we're going to talk about one of the possible papers and projects that you can do. And this is just going to be a quick little how to do it and directions live in Canvas. For those of you that are not doing this as a class, and those of you that want to practice your relaxation techniques and skills, I hope that you'll join us in doing this project. So, as with all of the other papers, the general guidelines are the same. The quality of your writing counts, so please use the writing lab. All papers must be about 850 words. Few words less, not the end of the world. Few words more, not the end of the world, but you don't want to get it too long or too short. Label it appropriately. The big thing is that all of the papers for this class should be reflecting on the theories and the skills that we've learned in class and how you can apply them in your regular everyday life. And that holds true, of course, for this paper as well. And as a reminder, there's going to be a total of 4 paper options. You're going to choose to do 2 of them. The first 2 are the 2 easiest, and this is paper number 2 that we're talking about today. So, for this project, you don't have to take a bath. However, a bath is the easiest way, sorry about that, just trying to move my big head out of the way, is the easiest way to do this project. I'm going to talk about that first, then I'll talk about some other options. If you do the bathtub ritual, you're going to do warm water. I like mine piping hot, but I know that doesn't work for some of you. But when I say warm, that means that you don't want to stay in there till the water's cold, because that is not relaxing. I encourage you to engage all of your senses. So that means use scents in your water, use oil in your water, use bubbles in your water, all those things as you tolerate them. I encourage you to avoid artificial light, so use candles. However, it is not relaxing to set your hair on fire, or anything else for that matter. So, again, use appropriate caution. I encourage you to have soft music. There are definitely sounds you can Google that will give you relaxing tones. That typically does not mean popular music, music with words, because even though that might be calming for you, it's also stimulating. So we want it to be just engaging in your senses to allow you to relax. If it's cold where you are, then a warm towel and comfy afterclothes. If you can have somebody throw those things in the dryer for you and get them all nice and warm for you when you get out of the tub, that's great. Do not disturb is a requirement. So no phone. So that means putting your phone on airplane mode if you're using it for music. And no company. One of my favorite stories involved a student whose young daughter kept wanting to join her, so she ended up having to do this bathtub experience again. And this time, after her daughter was asleep. So for the purposes of the paper, you're going to discuss your normal stressors and how you manage them. You're going to discuss the effect of stress on your life and the effect of your stress on the lives of the people that are in your life. So how is your stress impacting the people you care about? The elements of your ritual and your reactions to the process. So what did you do to really fully engage in this relaxing? And then how did you feel about it? So specifically, I want to know both the long-term and the short-term impacts. So did this project, did this activity work? Were you relaxed? How did you sleep that night? How did you function that day or the following day? What were your energy levels like? And then finally, thoughtfully reflect on what you need to do to deal with the stress in your life. So before I move on, I want to talk about some principles here. Whatever you choose to do as a project, I'm going to encourage you to have something involve moving water. We know that water moving through the air, so a shower, a bath, the ocean, rainfall, that it creates a negative ionic charge. And this is one of the few times when negative is good. So it creates this negative ionic charge, which makes you feel better. This is why it feels so good to go outside after it's rained. This is why it feels so good to take a walk on the beach. I want you to do a relaxing ritual It should be, the relaxing part of it should be about an hour. Like I said, I encourage a bath, but if you do not have a relaxing bath, or if you're over 6 feet tall and a bath is not going to be comfortable for you no matter what, then do something different. Yes, it can be a shower. I've had students who have just taken a shower and then spent the rest of the hour lying in the dark and the quiet on their beds. I've had students who have gone for a hike in the woods and set up camp next to a stream, and they sat there for an hour just relaxing. The point of this is to feel what it feels like to be as relaxed as humanly possible. So things that you might do to relax: a vigorous game of basketball or hot yoga. Those are relaxing on one sense, but they're not relaxing on all senses. So for this activity, I want you to work on relaxing all of your senses, your muscles, and your mind. This is not a time to sit and think about all the stuff that is wrong in your life. I don't want that. I want this to be a time that you use that happy list that hopefully you created a couple of days ago. And that happy list allows you to refocus your attention on the things that are positive and relaxing for you to think about, and to avoid thinking about the stuff that stresses you out. And you're probably going to slip. You're probably going to be there enjoying your bath, relaxed, and then your mind is going to go, oh my gosh, I forgot this homework project, or holy cow, I still have to pay my taxes. Whatever the situation is, that's okay. But try and take that deep breath. In fact, you can Google box breathing and see if that helps you. You can Google systematic relaxation and see if that helps you. I've had students that have gone in for a hot stone massage, any of those things. But you're thinking about an hour of mentally, physically, emotionally relaxing, and doing it specifically for this assignment. So if you had a massage last month, great. Doesn't count for this. So you need to do a project specifically for this assignment, and then you're going to be able to reflect on the answers to those questions much more authentically. So the purpose of this project is to get you really focused on relaxing and then reflect on how you normally do. And I've had some great results from this. I had a student who was a long distance runner who did this relaxation project first thing in the morning and then went for a run and took a minute off his best ever time. I've had lots of athletes who've done this the night before competitions and were surprised at how dramatically it impacted their success in the game. I've had some failures. I had a student who fell asleep as she was filling up her tub and flooded her bathroom. Not very relaxing. She did it again and actually had positive results. And I've had a few students who just could not relax no matter what they did. Not going to work for everybody. I do hope, though, that every one of you gives this project a shot. I don't think we're aware of how much tension we carry around in our bodies and in our minds, and that because we're carrying around all of this tension, we're not able to truly, genuinely, thoroughly relax. We're not necessarily getting the sleep that we need, and we're not having the success that we need because we're not able to fully relax. And you know that if somebody tells you to relax or chill, that is the last thing that's going to happen. So this is a chance to practice that so you know what it feels like. So when you need to, in that stressful moment, take that deep breath, hold it, count to 4, release it, count to 4, hold it, count to 4, and do that process over again, that you can tune in to your more relaxed self until you have a chance to do that systematic desensitization. So this is the project. I hope that it is one that you are going to enjoy, and I am looking forward to reading papers for those of you that write papers about it. If you're looking where you're going to submit it, it will be live in Canvas at the time you see this video. And so you can go into your essay options and click on the Bathtub project. I have it open until April 7th because I'm giving you so much time. I know a number of you will be traveling or going someplace that maybe has more access to relaxing options between now and then during spring break. And so I want to make sure that you have plenty of time to do this project. And again, I want to encourage all of you to spend that time relaxing. That's it. I'll be back with your next paper topic soon. Have a great one. Thank you.